He's got no laces.
Yeah, what do we got going here? Can we get a shot of shoes?
What time?
Hey, a shot of the shoes.
Daniel showed up in his Vans with no laces. What time did you get here for this?
About 11:40 last night.
11:40 last night. You just been hanging out here all morning?
Where were you at 11? What was the scene like at 11:40?
It was packed. Everyone was lined up behind trying to get into the grass, and it was crazy. A lot of fun.
Really?
Okay, let's make this a memorable morning. Hit this field goal, Daniel. Let's win 75 grand.
I don't see it happen.
Kirk's a hater. Let's do this thing. Come on, Daniel.
I think it's the shoes. I'm nervous.
Yeah,
Well, I don't know.
Daniel.
You need a lot of power. You need a lot of power.
Good luck, Daniel.
I'm not feeling it. Not feeling it. Wait a second.
Just like everything this morning, that was a surprise. We did not expect that.
Let's go. We got to do
one more kick for $100,000.
You got this, dude.
Let's go. Let's go, Daniel. How about this, Daniel? How about this, Daniel? Not only is this one for $100,000, if you make it, we'll add another $100,000 to the $500,000 donation we're about to make from College Game Day to the hurricane relief. It could be $600,000 if you make this, with $100,000 going into your pocket. Daniel, this is bigger than you. Let's make a kick, bro.
Way to overcome the shoes here. That was a heck of an effort.
Let's go, Daniel.
Right here. We're right here. You want to sign up here or you want it over there?
I might have got bamboozled here. These kids got big brains. This kid's building a bridge. He might have hustled me, Steve.
Mike.
With the campanile in the backdrop.
Come on, dude. Come on, you got this.
In Berkeley, California.
You got it.
Oh! Let's go. Proud of you, buddy. Hell yeah.
Great job.
Damn, Daniel.
What's going on, guys? Hope y'all enjoyed that intro, because you're gonna need to feel a bit of lightheartedness before we get into some heavy stuff. Okay, so like we all expected and have seen over the last 4 years, the Harris-Biden administration is completely inept and cares about illegal migrants more than they do American citizens, because you've got tons of reports and even whistleblowers coming out and saying that the FEMA money is being spent on illegal migrants. Now, there's some much more crazy and insulting details, as you'll probably see by the title in the thumbnail, kind of spoiling some of that, but we're going to get into some of those details a little bit later. Right now, I want to go ahead and react to the Florida Attorney General discussing how the migrant funds, or they're being funded by FEMA money that should have been allocated and ready for this disaster, has already been spent on illegal migrants. Let's get into it.
We are meeting the immediate needs with the money that we have. We are expecting another hurricane hitting. We do not have the funds. FEMA does not have the funds to make it through the season.
So I want to point out already, before we get into this, that irrespective of any rebuttals that the White House or Karine Jean-Pierre, anybody gives, they've spent billions of dollars on migrants, on Ukraine, on Israel. So, and deterrence for the Taiwan situation, for those who know about that. So if they wouldn't have spent that money, period, they would have had more that they could have funneled into the FEMA program. I just want to point that out from Jump Street.
This all comes as the Biden-Harris administration spent over $1 billion from a FEMA program on services for migrants. Attorney General of the great state of Florida, Anthony Moody, joins me now. AG Moody, why does the Biden-Harris administration always seem to help American taxpayers last?
Well, you got a bunch of dummies out here that keep wanting to vote for Democrats. That's probably a good reason why.
Good morning, Todd. Yeah, everyone should be waking up this morning outraged by that comment. this is not something that has just happened recently, and Florida's been warning about this since this administration took over. Mayorkas has come in like a virus and infected these what need to be healthy, strong, fundamental programs to ensure the stability and safety of Americans in times of disaster. So you heard, they have taken the FEMA Emergency Food and Shelter Program and over time siphoned off hundreds of millions of dollars into basically making it an illegal immigrant resettlement program. And so when you see these states and cities around the nation declaring emergencies, even blue states, because of what this administration has done, encouraging more and more and more, developing programs to encourage more and more and more people to come here, the government, Biden and Harris, are having to fund that on the backs of the American people. And now, right now, when Florida, North Carolina, Tennessee, Georgia, all of these states are hurting because of this truly natural disaster, not a Biden-Harris-made disaster, they're saying we need more money. And of course they need more money because they've been laundering it from the true intended purpose of this fund that Congress set forth. Laws be damned.
As if that wasn't sick enough, you had Joe Biden just earlier, just days ago, say that we were going to be funding Ukraine by an additional $2.3 billion.
I see two key pieces. First, right now we have to strengthen Ukraine's position on the battlefield. And that's why today I'm proud to announce a new $2.4 billion package of security assistance. I've also directed the Pentagon to allocate all the remaining security assistance funding that has been appropriated for Ukraine, period, by the end of my term, which is January 20.
Meanwhile, cackling Kamala Harris is coming out and acting all presidential. Okay, she's coming out and lending a helping hand because she says she's coming out here and she's going to go ahead and fund American citizens. Take a look.
And the federal relief and assistance that we have been providing has included FEMA providing $750 for folks who need immediate needs being met, such as food, baby formula, and the like. And you can apply now for anyone who's watching this who has been affected.
$750. That's what she got to give. $750 per family. So not like per person, per family. So you can have like 5, 6, 7 people. Who knows how many people? $750. You know, so you might be able to afford food for maybe like a week, 2 weeks, maybe if that, depending on, you know, what part of the country you're in. We're in the South, so you probably get maybe 2 weeks. But that's it. And is this like a repeat thing or like a one-time thing? Because as far as I've heard, a lot of these illegal migrants get to stay in hotels for upwards of 2 years for free.
How much is rent here?
Free. 2 years, 3 years.
After 2 years, we have to pay the rent.
All right, y'all, this is Savannah Hernandez in Brunswick, Maine, reporting to you from the apartments where migrants are getting their rent paid for up to 2 years. Now, I wanted to give you guys a first inside look at these units. The migrants shared with us that they come furnished, so they have a flat screen TV in there, couches, tables and chairs, a bed. We also asked them as well, hey, are you paying utilities here? They shared with us that nope, they do not have a water bill, they do not have an electricity bill.
And what about the light and the water?
Everything is good. We don't pay anything.
Now, I wanted to focus in on this area of Maine because there is a housing crisis going on currently for residents, and these buildings were initially created for Maine residents, but then it was decided that homeless migrants would be living here. Now, as an American, you can rent out one of these units, but a 1-bedroom is going to run you about $1,800, and a 2-bedroom is going to run you about $2,300. By the way, the average housing price for a house over here in Brunswick is about $480,000. So there was obviously a lot of outrage when it was first discovered that migrants were going to be housed here for free on taxpayer dollar.
Somebody explain to me why we got people that are American citizens. You probably pay more in taxes than the government's ever going to give you back in services, period. So somebody explain to me why American citizens are being treated so horrendously. And then you got illegal migrants coming in out of nowhere. Some of them criminals and some of them rapists and murderers, and they're getting treated like kings and queens to the point of they're even spending our hard-earned money on them. And if that's not bad enough, apparently a lot of people are getting denied this money to begin with. So Kamala's coming out saying, oh, hey, here's $750 measly dollars. But, oh, you don't qualify. You're not hurt bad enough. So, not sorry.
I just want everyone to know that we are displaced due to Hurricane Helene from Western North Carolina. We cannot go home. We have no power, no food, no water, no nothing. We are spending $400 a night on a hotel due to price gouging in the surrounding areas because they know that people have nowhere to go. We applied for FEMA. Myself and my sister applied. My sister applied first. She got denied. I said, okay, let me try. I applied. We got denied. So we have both been denied FEMA assistance. So everyone's saying FEMA is helping $750. And by the way, that $750 wouldn't even cover 2 nights at this hotel. So I just want everyone to know that FEMA sucks and President's doing nothing and we are stuck here. I am blowing through all my savings in a hotel to escape a natural disaster. So
I just saw the video of Kamala Harris in my hometown, Augusta, Georgia, speaking to people like everything's going to be okay. She's sitting here telling us that go online, apply. Well, okay, hundreds of us still don't have power, internet services. Sure, we can get to it. We can fight. We can apply. We can get on it for immediate assistance. Well, I went on because we split. We went to Columbia right away and got our hotel room. Now, luckily, we're in an Airbnb. This is a place that we get to live. I get to give my kids some hot water, some power, some food, just some comfort, something to help them know that this is going to be okay while our house is back home destroyed and filling up with water. The floors are caving in. Hundreds of people. That's happening to everybody around the city. Like I said, we still don't have water, still don't have power. Slowly it's getting restored, and I think all the linemen that are out there working so hard from all the other states, they're the only ones that are actually getting things done, not the freaking government. Because you're telling us to go online to FEMA and apply, and you'll get immediate help for $750. Well, okay, I went on FEMA, I applied, and I immediately got denied because apparently I have homeowner's insurance, and that's going to cover that. And okay, sure, I know it will. It'll get taken care of. Thank God we're all safe and alive. I know it's just things. It's a house, but it's not immediate. And I don't know what is she talking about. I have no idea. Nobody I know has had immediate assistance. Nobody's $750. What, to our Cash App? What are you going to get? How are we going to do this? How are we going to get this? So then, if we get the $750, that'll barely cover the groceries that we've all lost in our freezers and refrigerators and everything. Also, there's thousands of pine trees, just like this one, and oak trees, and all these trees all over the entire city. Power lines are everywhere. They're ripped apart. Poles are down. Transformers are down. It's going to take weeks to get this repaired in some places.
Hey, guys. For those that don't know, I'm at the foothills of the Western North Carolina mountains. And, everybody in my area that I've talked to, including myself, who applied for the $750 assistance payment from FEMA, has been denied. Okay? Yeah. They've denied us. Okay. So here we sit. We've thrown out all of our food because we had no power for 5-6 days. Some still are without power. Here we sit. Limited resources in the store, and they have denied our $750 resource check. So, yeah. How do you like that?
Posted a video, I just reposted it, and she and everyone around her in her community that were affected by the hurricane requested the money. They applied for the $7.50 that Kamala is offering them, and they got denied. They got denied the $7.50, which we all know is $750. And the reason why I say it's $7.50 is because that's basically what it's equivalent to for one whole family. What is that going to do? What is it going to buy? What kind of support does that offer for real? I shared the video, I reposted it. But as I'm looking at her in her eyes, all I did was sit there and cry. I said, I'm not trying to cry right now. I'm not. I done already cried about it. But every time I see another video, I think to myself, $750 is all you gonna do? That's all we got? You know what I'm saying? Because we know you got more. It's more from where that came from. And then to turn around and ask us, y'all need to donate, you need to do this, you need to do that, and we barely making it. But y'all got billions to give to Ukraine and all these other countries. Y'all take a look at that video. We're going to send up some prayers, praying for the people that are out there, boots on the ground, helping them. The men and the women, the men that have the helicopters that are trying to get people. But this is such a mess. It's such a mess. And all you got to offer is $750 measly dollars. As if that's going to do something in this economy. And that's a darn shame.
It's just, I don't know what I want her to do, but just that was flat out insulting. And she just didn't seem to have any regard, any care for what was going on. They flew her into our literal airport, drove her right to a disaster place, set her up a little podium with, oh, look at this house with trees in it. This looks awesome. Let's do this. Man, I bet you she didn't spend 10 minutes driving around looking at that place. I have no idea. But it's just, it's so, and I know we don't even have it as bad. We have deaths in our area, but we're, compared to people in North Carolina who are absolutely trapped and the entire town's gone, this thing completely obliterated the Southeast. And I don't know what to even do to fix it. I don't have answers. I don't know. But I know that her coming on and saying, immediate help, $750 is going to be given to those immediate. What the hell is that?
It's freaking mind-blowing. I'm curious how many people are dealing with this that's still going to come out and say, you know what, well, the orange man's too bad, so I'm still going to vote for Kamala Harris, even though, you know, my life's in shambles, my life sucks, but I really just hate Trump. So I just want to vote against him regardless. Like, I barely have enough money to eat. My child don't have no new shoes. We ain't got no deodorant. Everybody's smelling. We have no new clothes. We wearing the same clothes for like a month straight, maybe longer. You know, barely eating pieces of bread and cheese and potted meat and Spam and, you know, whatever else. Probably a bunch of old canned food, because I've dealt with stuff like this before. Usually the food be so damn old. The canned food, you know, the canned food would be like 3 and 4 years before it expired. That food would be expired by the time these emergency services use them. So they're eating a bunch of stuff that's probably making them sick as hell. And meanwhile, still probably going to go out and vote for this damn clown in November. I really hope this is an eye-opener to a lot of people. They're going to try to spin this, oh, it's climate change, and Trump doesn't take it seriously. They already tried this at the debate. Oh, it's climate change. These people are nuts. They blame everything on Republicans and conservatives. Meanwhile, you got Joe Biden and Kamala Harris giving billions of dollars to Ukraine, billions to migrants. Like, and then they give you $7.50. It's like, it shouldn't even be funny, but it's like, it's so sad. It's like, I gotta laugh to stop myself from crying for real over how pathetic of a situation that we're in. I can't believe we're in this pathetic of a situation. People should be wanting to slap these politicians. They really should. They should be wanting to vote them the hell out. They should be ready to put these people in prison for what they're doing. This is treasonous stuff. This is like a betrayal of your nation, to put other nations over the people that live here. Your job, that's the one job you had, is to protect the people here. Not to protect people in other nations. Like, are you effing insane? It's freaking ridiculous. At least we got this kid, Daniel. Shout out to Daniel for, you know, getting this big win in so we could get some more money going toward these people, because Lord knows that, you know, the federal dollars that we're spending damn sure ain't going toward them. It's going towards lining up Nancy Pelosi's pockets and people like AOC, like all of these corrupt, dumb behind politicians. It certainly is not going to helping Americans. Let me know what you guys think. Is Kamala Harris just being misunderstood? Or is this mis and disinformation that FEMA's misallocated this money towards illegal migrants? Doesn't seem like it to me, but I'm curious to know what you guys think. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I appreciate you watching the Black Anomaly Rising channel. I'm out.
If you want to see how sick and distorted Kamala Harris's priorities are, just consider FEMA. F-E-M-A. You know what that is, right? The Federal Emergency Management Agency. And you read about now all the time because there's nobody that's handled a hurricane or storm worse than what they're doing right now. Kamala spent all her FEMA money, billions of dollars, on housing for illegal migrants, many of whom should not be in our country, including $1 billion for gift cards for illegal aliens and putting them up in luxury hotels with a gift card to welcome them to America as our veterans are sleeping on the sidewalks below those hotels and they're being walked into luxury hotels. Now we have a horrific disaster in North Carolina, Georgia, South Carolina, Alabama, Tennessee, Florida, and Virginia. That's how big this hurricane was. And the Harris-Biden administration says they don't have any money. They've spent it all on, they spent all of their money. They have almost no money because they spent it all on illegal migrants. How would you like to be a veteran and you've been sleeping opposite the entrance to a luxury hotel and illegal migrants come in and they're going up and occupying the hotel? That's what's happening. They stole the FEMA money just like they stole it from a bank so they could give it to their illegal immigrants that they want to have vote for them this season. You know, they're trying to get them on the voters' roll. We cannot let that happen. This is the worst response in the history of hurricanes. A certain president, I will not name him, destroyed his reputation with Katrina, and this is doing even worse. She's doing worse than he did.